Alright, so we're going to talk about combining like terms today, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about distributing, which is the second half of these notes, so don't lose them, because you need them today and tomorrow, okay? We should be in our seats, so we should be done talking, so please get there now. What? No. Alright, so combining like terms, is that something you've heard before? I hope you should have done that in middle school, so if not, you gotta learn new things today. The first thing that we're doing is some vocabulary, just to like refresh your memory a little bit. So we're talking about terms. So those are gonna be the parts of an algebraic expression that's separated by addition or subtraction. So we're gonna look at this example down here. Do you want to sit in that second row? So if we're looking down here, how many terms do you think this expression has?
What do you mean by terms?
I don't know. What's a term? Did we just say it?
It's a letter.
So this is a term. The first term would be 6a squared. The second term would be negative 5ab. What would the third term be? 3b. So that's your blank right there. What would the fourth term be? 12. Negative 12. Yeah? Is that okay? So it's just the stuff that's separated by addition or subtraction. So the next word we're going to talk about is constant. Now what does that word sound like to you?
It keeps going.
Keeps going. What else do you think?
Never stops.
Never stops. What else do we think? Reappearing. So it's kind of like always the same. Does that make sense? That's what I tend to think of. It's always the same. So if we're looking at this expression down here, what are the letters? Leaning here. Hey. Yes. Yes. Colin and Cooper, take your things and go to Mr. Bird's room. Bye. Go now. Colin and Cooper. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So the letters. What are the letters in math algebraic expressions? The letters. What do we call them? Variables. So what does that sound like? Who is Colin? Who is Cooper?
Which column?
Colin. Who is Cooper?
Which column?
Cooper. Colin.
Which column?
Colin W. Colin W. Okay, bye. All right. Variables. What do the variables mean? Come on, y'all. We are not focused at all. They vary. They change. They're always different. So what of this is going to be constant or doesn't have a variable? Always the same.
12.
The 12, right? So constants are just your regular numbers or terms without variables. The next word that we have is coefficients. Have y'all ever heard that word before?
No.
Guys know maybe?
Yeah, I heard it last year.
Is it what?
All means like together, right?
It's the big number with the variable.
Yes, not in this case. Yes, it's a big number in front of the variables, okay? So for our terms, your coefficient is the number in front of your variable, okay? So like for the first term, the coefficient would be a what? A 6, because the 6 is in front of your variable. Is that okay? Yeah, so your coefficient is the number in front of the variable. Are we all right so far? Cool beans. So, the next section we're talking about combining like terms. So, can you give me some examples of like terms? Does anybody know what those are? Or can you think of something? So, if we had like 6a and 3a. Now, why do we think those are like terms? The variables are the same. So, there's one other part that we're going to talk about in just a second. For what has to be the same. So you have to have the same variable. So if we're looking at down here, Do we have anything that's like the same variables that we could combine? Any like terms? So we have 2x and what else?
6x.
Is it positive or negative? Negative. So whatever that sign is in front, you have to take it with it, okay? So So the next section, we're just going to decide if they're like terms or not. We're not actually going to combine them or anything. So 4x and 3, are those like terms? Why not? They don't have the same variables, so they're not like terms. You can't combine them. There's nothing you could do there. Yeah? So what about 4x and 3y? Why not?
They're not the same. They don't have the same variables.
Exactly. They got different variables. It's not going to work. What about number 3? 4x and 3x squared.
Yes.
They both have x's.
Yeah.
So can we combine them?
No, because they have to have the same exponent.
They have to have the same exponent as well. Do these both have a squared or a 1?
No.
No, so we cannot combine those because they have to have the same variable and the same exponent. So what about the last one, 4x and 3x?
Yes.
Yes, those are the same because they have the same variable and the same exponent. Questions? All right, so we're going to simplify these guys, then we'll be done. So for number 1, we got 5a plus 3a. Can we combine those two? Yeah, and what is 5a plus 3a?
8.
8? Just 8?
8.
8a, good. All right, looking at number 2, we've got a lot more going on there. So I like to circle or box or underline or squiggle stuff that goes together. So what are some terms that we can combine?
2x2 and x2.
So let's not call it x2, but let's call it x squared, because that's how proper mathematicians say it, and that's what you guys are, so we're going to do that. All right, so 2x squared minus 1x squared. What's that? Just 1x. 1x what? Squared. Good. Now, I don't usually write the 1 in front of the x squared, so today's probably like the only day that I'm going to do that. So are we okay to not have that 1 there? Yeah? Okay. Cool beans. What else can we combine?
3x and x.
I got a 3x, and what else? How many x's is that? 4x. Yeah, that right? And anything else that we can combine? We've got a -4 and a 9. So it's -4 plus 9. 5, so plus 5. Is that all right? Okie dokie. Questions? All right, last one. What could we combine there?
10x3 and 4x3.
How do you think we say that? If it was 2x squared cubed. Good, good. So we got 10x cubed and -4x cubed. So that's like 10 minus 4. What's that? 6. So 6x cubed. All right, what else?
3x and 4x.
3x and 4x. What's that? 7x. Any other like terms? So are we done?
14 squared.
What do we need to do with that?
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Can we just leave it off? What do we do?
Put it in there.
Just put it in there. Just copy it down. So you still have to have that negative 14x squared. There's nothing we can combine it with, and that's okay, but you can't leave it out of your answer. Is there anything else we still need? That negative 6 as well. Questions? All right. So